Hello everyone and welcome to my channel. Today I want to talk to you guys about credit cards. Now, for the most part on my channel I talk about the stock market, but I want to change it up just a little bit today. And I want to talk to you guys about the importance of credit cards. So, a credit card. I'm just going to write CC so you know. Now you CC it. Anyways, so why you should get a credit card super early. I believe the earliest you can get a credit card is 18. So why should you get a credit card early? It's a good question and I'm going to try and answer that for you. So you should get a credit card right at 18 because a credit card, don't think about it as a credit card. Think of it as a credibility card. A credibility card. What does a credibility card mean? Think of it like this. Say Jack wants to borrow $1,000. He may never use that $1,000, but say he wants to borrow $1,000. Now, Jack gets $1,000. From this case, the bank, a credit union, or whoever is going to give Jack $1,000. So you got Jack, and Jack gets $1,000. Okay? So Jack gets $1,000. Now every time Jack uses this $1,000, whether he uses $1 or $1,000, he has to pay back the $1,000 or the percent that he used. If he used the full $1,000, he has to pay $1,000 back. Now they don't expect him to do it in one day. He normally has about around, for the most part, 30 days to pay it. That's about how long he has. But it can range. Also, it can be 21 days. Somewhere around this range normally is the norm. Maybe 21, most are 30. The credit card I have is 30 days, but I know some are 21. So I ought to mention it. So you have this long, so Jack has this long to pay back however much of the $1,000 he borrowed. Now, if he does pay it back, great. And guess what? His credibility card is looking pretty good because the bank gives you a credit card hoping that you don't pay it. Now, why would they hope you don't pay it? Because if you don't pay it and you have a credit card that does not pay any annual fees, as in you don't have to pay every year to hold the credit card, then they really make no money off of you because they give you a card, you borrow money, you pay them back. Pretty simple transaction. However, if you don't pay them back, which is probably what they're hoping for, I mean, I know that's what they're hoping for, then they get to charge you. And this is where the fun starts for them. On average, they can charge anywhere from about 15 to 21%, which is pretty crazy when you think about it. 15 to 21%. Damn, that's a lot of money. However, you don't pay this normally all at once. They normally charge you somewhere around a 1 to 4% of your balance each month. It depends, but your 15 to 21% is kind of like a long term, and this is like a monthly kind of balance that you have to pay. So each credit card is different again, so watch out and make sure you know which one yours is. I've never ever made a late payment on my credit card, and I've never paid anywhere close to any of these amounts, so I can't really help you there. But I did research and I know a lot of people who've gone into credit card debt. Unfortunately, it's a large percentage. Why you should get a credit card? Because again, it's a credibility card. So you're 18, and honestly, I remember at 18, I started with $1,000. And then when I turned 19, I think I got $2,000, and then I got, I think, $5,000, and then $10,000, and so on and so forth. They seem to up it every single year, which is good. But you don't want to use all of that. As a rule of thumb, never ever spend money that you don't have. It's just a simple rule that everyone should live by. Do not live above your means. However, I can't stress this rule enough that I don't think many people follow this rule at all because consumer debt is a lot. In the US alone, about 38% of families roll over their credit card debt month to month, which is a pretty large percentage. That means 4 out of 10 people do not pay their credit card bills and they roll over every single month, which is a lot of wasted money. That's a lot of people living above their means. Some people think you're rich if you have the newest watch, shoes, or car. And a good example is do not buy them on a credit card. Only buy them if you can afford that. If you want to buy a $1,000 purse but you only have $500 in your bank, you probably should not buy that purse. Just an example, okay? So that's a really good rule of thumb. However, if you're a good person and you use your credibility card correctly, then guess what? Maybe when you're 25, 30 years old, whenever, and you want to go buy a house, guess what? The bank's going to look at your credibility card and it's going to have a credit score. So a credit score is then going to affect if the bank wants to loan you money. Guess what? If for the past, say, 10 years, you've been using your credibility card and you've been doing great, not paying any late payments, or maybe one here or there every so often, for the most part, you're going to have a pretty good credit score. And when they go to loan you a house, they're going to be like, you know what? You're a good guy, Jack. I like you, Jack. We're going to let you take out a loan and buy a house. Or vice versa, if you took your $1,000 and you maxed that thing out within a month, you've been paying the lowest interest rate for the next, or the lowest monthly rate, the lowest monthly payment every month for the past 10 years, they're going to look at you, they're going to look at Jack and go, you know what, Jack, you're a terrible person. We do not want to loan you, say, $500,000 or $1 million for a house. I live in Toronto, and let me tell you, house prices are pretty much $1 million on average. And we're talking like you get a 2-bedroom, semi-attached home that looks like a serial killer lived there and murdered people in the basement type home for about $1 million. So house prices are beyond scorching hot. It's like astronomical. It's like the sun scorching hot. 1,000,001 degrees hot. But I'm getting off topic. So they're gonna look at you and they're gonna go, okay, you're terrible. We're not gonna loan you money, and you're not gonna buy a house. You're gonna be a renter for a long time until you fix that. It's just a simple fact. Even if you're making a lot of money, even if you're making double what the person who has a good credit score is making, they may not give you the money because they're going to look at you and go, you know what? This person makes $50,000 a year, but they pay us money on time. This person makes $100,000 a year and they spend maybe $150,000 a year. Who do you think they're going to want to give a house to? The person who makes $50,000 that can manage their money very well, or the person who makes $100,000 and is living beyond their means? Simple question. Now think of yourself as the bank and you give $1,000 to Jack. You want Jack to pay you back your $1,000. You tell Jack, take this $1,000. You never have to pay me back unless you use your $1,000. So he uses, say, 500 of it, and he goes, you know what? I don't want to pay you. You're going to get mad. Rightfully so. You gave him $1,000 in goodwill. He used 500 of it. You want your investment back. And you know what? He goes, I'm not paying you. So you go, I'm going to penalize you, Jack. And you start charging him interest. Very simple concept. And that's pretty much how banks make money off credit cards. Also, with credit cards, try and get one that either gives you like a cashback or travel rewards, something instead of nothing. It's good to spend money and get something out of it. Even if you get something mediocre, it's still good to get something rather than nothing. Maybe you only get 1 or 2% cash back on all your purchases. Hey, you spent $10,000, you just made $100 to $200 free. You know, it's better than nothing. It's not a lot of money, but it's better than nothing, right? I used to have a cashback credit card. Now I use mine to get travel points, and every couple of years I can take a vacation pretty much for free or pay half of the vacation, you know. I used it to go to Florida a couple of years ago, and it took about a quarter of my vacation cost out, which is pretty handy. So not too shabby, right? Anyways, so that's kind of credit cards. And don't think of them as credit cards, think of them as credibility cards. It is super important to think of it as a loan, and you must pay your loan. Remember, do not live above your means. Please do not. Don't take out money that you don't have. Don't get a credit card and think, oh, guess what? I just got $1,000 free. I can now go buy a PlayStation, an Xbox, a Nintendo Switch. I can go buy a pair of shoes. I can go buy a nice watch. I can go buy some fancy clothes. I can go buy a new phone. Don't do that, guys. Honestly, don't do that. Just don't, please. Just, save your money and just don't live above your means. Just don't. That is the number one thing I want to stress with this video. Pay your bills on time and don't live above your means. If you do those two things, I guarantee you'll pretty much always end out on top. And more than likely within the top few percent wealth in the world. You don't want to be living paycheck to paycheck. And that's what I'm trying to help you guys with on this channel. This is a change from most of my videos because they're mostly about the stock market. But I felt like I had to give a little public service announcement here, a little PSA for you guys. So hopefully this video helps out. And remember, if you like this video, to please click the like button. That is greatly appreciated. Also, if you like this video and you like my channel, please do smash that subscribe button. That would be hella friggin' awesome. And remember, you the real MVP. And if you're a subscriber, you're a G. Anyways, guys, until next time, see you later. And remember to comment down below your thoughts, your theories, and what you think about this video. And if you use a credit card, like how I said, or if you spend terribly and you need help managing your money, send a comment down below and I'll check it out and I'll reply to you and I'll tell you what's up. Alright guys, until next time, see you later and have a great day.